Every person at one time or another has to come to a fork in the road. The path that they choose is chosen for a reason, even though they don't know it yet. My name is Susie Heine. I am going to share with you the path that I chose when I came to the fork in my road. Then I will share with you the events that happened along that path that led me to the amazing career that I have now. Shortly after my youngest son was born, my family was ripped apart. I was suddenly a single mom of 3 young sons. I found myself wondering how in the world I was going to be able to support us on no money. I had no job at the time. What was I going to do? How was I going to feed them? How was I going to buy diapers? The questions were endless. So I did what I thought I had to do, and I swallowed my pride, and I went down to my local social services office. I filled out the paperwork and began the process to get some state assistance. I didn't like it, but I knew that that is what I had to do to take care of my kids at that time. Part of that assistance program was going through some employment classes. In those employment classes, they required you to be there 30 hours a week searching for jobs. To fulfill my time during that 30 hours a week, I searched jobs online, I went to the newspaper, I went on foot, door to door, looking for jobs. About a month and a half went by and still no luck. In the meantime, I had done some office work for the employment office manager, and I gained a lot of respect for her, along with a lot of great office skills. That helped me land a job that I had at that time. One day I was just very frustrated, didn't know what else to do, and I was slowly losing hope, and I knew that my assistance was going to run out soon if I couldn't fulfill the needs of that class. So before I left, I decided I was just going to jump online one more time. And when I did, I came across this job. It was called a family support worker. There weren't many details in the ad. I had no idea what a family support worker was, but I thought, why not? So I filled out the application. A couple of days later, I received a phone call wanting an interview. About 3 or 4 days after that, I received a phone call with a job offer. I was absolutely ecstatic. I poured every single ounce of me into that job. I had to prove that I could do this job even though I had no experience. I had to prove to myself that I could get out of the rut that me and my kids were in. So time went by and I quickly climbed the ladder. I was able to do the best I could in the family support, and then a position opened within the agency to become an office manager. I snagged that position. I nailed that interview. I did great. Before I knew it, I was not only the manager of that office, but I was also the manager of another office in our agency. It was great. I had 3 good, long years with that company. I was very fulfilled. And then all of a sudden, my little family was blessed. I met an amazing man, and I had the option to move my little family to a new town and have a fresh start. The decision was hard. Of course, you have to make life changes. Where your kid's going to go to school, you're going to find daycare. What if I can't find a job? Well, a couple of months passed as I lived here in New York, and I was able to find a new job. At first, I became the administrative assistant to the principal at a school for a group home. The work was hard. It was chaotic, behavior problems, chairs flying, fists punching walls, and there were lots of days that I came home in tears. Just like every normal person would when they have issues with a job, you go to the CEO, you go to your upper management, you follow that chain of command. Unfortunately, we had the CEO that everybody feared. The CEO did not care. We were told we were going to do our jobs. If we liked to pay our bills, we were going to complete the job. Well, the stress of the job I couldn't take anymore. It was hurting me. It was hurting my family. I did the unthinkable. I walked out and I never came back. 2 months later, I had heard through the grapevine, through some of my past coworkers who were my friends, that CEO had left. Everything was better there. Everything was turning around. Wasn't long after that, I got a telephone call from the interim CEO of the agency asking me if I would consider coming back. This time, she wanted me to become the Human Resources Director. I couldn't pass that up. Absolutely not. Since then, I have been happy. I have been even more fulfilled than I ever could have imagined. So you see, it doesn't matter if you know the reason at the time or not. The reason I chose the path that I did was to get me to where I am now. Not only have I been an amazing family support worker and have worked with some very, very troubled kids, now I am able to train new workers to make them the best that they can possibly be in order to take care of those kids. My name is Susie Heine. I took the time to share with you my struggles that have led me to the greatness that I have today. Thank you.